Hello, everybody. My name is Eugénia Shadlova, and I'm working for Higher Education, Research and Innovation Ministry of France. And I'm a national contact point for Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions of France, and also a national delegate to the Program Committee for France. So today I have a hard and honorary mission to present my country. And first of all, I would like to thank Euraccess for this initiative and for giving me the opportunity to do this. And I would like to say that this initiative received a very enthusiastic welcome from the French scientific community. When I got the invitation, I contacted universities, research centers, and other actors of research and innovation of France. And we received in less than 2 weeks 17 presentations from universities, from 4 from national research centers, 4 from Grande École, and 1 from a public agency, with concrete expressions of interest to welcome you, Asian researchers, with Marie Skłodowska-Curie postdoctoral fellowships. So I will certainly not have time today to present all these expressions of interest in detail, but I will explain you how my presentation is organized and where to find information. And so, of course, you will get the slides later, and you will be able to search yourself to identify your host institution. So I will share my screen. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so France is, of course, an attractive and competitive country, known for its fine food, beautiful landscape, and rich cultural offer, but also, of course, for its excellent research and dynamic and competitive innovation ecosystem. Just a few words to introduce French research. So in France, there are 65 Nobel Prizes, and France holds the 4th world position with Nobel Prizes, among which 14 laureates in physics, 9 in chemistry, 13 in medical sciences, 4 in economics, etc. And France also holds the 2nd place in the world in Fields medals, with 11 Fields medals. France has excellent research in all scientific areas, the 6th world place in scientific publication, among which half in open access and more than 60% in collaboration with foreign researchers. We have 6,018 and 600 research and development staff, among which 2/3 are researchers and 32% are women. In Horizon 2020, France signed 7,727 grant agreements with average success rate of 15 and 42%. France also is aiming to become a startup nation, supports disruptive innovation, is a 2nd patent applicant in Europe, provides important support to innovation and entrepreneurship through dedicated national funding, public services, and facilities. And the funding to deep tech enterprises is growing. So you can see here an image with which indicates the amount of funding dedicated in last years to deep tech enterprises, and so you can see that it's been growing. So, and on this scheme, I tried to present in a very simple way the organization of research and innovation in France. It's a very simplified scheme. In reality, it is much more complex, but just to help you to better understand the rest of my presentation. So here you can see the academic sector and the non-academic sector, important terms when you apply to the Marie Skłodowska-Curie actions. So the academic sector is represented by national research centers with delegations on all national territory, universities, and Grande École. I kept this French term. When you translate Grande École in English, it means high school, but just to avoid the confusion, I kept the French term because Grande École in France, it's a higher education institution with a very prestigious education in some specific areas, such as, for example, engineering, sciences, or business. And on the other hand, you have a non-academic sector represented by large enterprises, SMEs, NGOs, hospitals, museums, public agencies, etc. So institutions which main mission is not to carry out research, but which are participating in research and interested in the research results. And in the research actually is being carried out in the laboratories, which are represented on this scheme by these small circles. And I put the abbreviation UMR, which means Mixed Research Unit. So these laboratories are, or also called research units, are not autonomous legal entities, while they can be quite huge with about 200 or 300 research staff by unit and their proper governance structure. They are under supervision of either research centers, universities, Grande École, or sometimes even institutions from non-academic sectors, such as large enterprises or hospitals or museums. But the research is being carried out in these units, and staff who work for these units are actually employed by either national research centers, either universities, either Grande École. And some research units are under supervision of several entities. That's why they're called mixed research units. So you may see the laboratory with different supervision entities and where staff come from these different entities. So this was my introduction, and now I will go to a more concrete part of my presentation, showing different expressions of interest we received from national research centers, universities, and Grande École. So I start with national research centers, and the biggest one, the multidisciplinary and probably the most known abroad and the first in getting European funding is CNRS. So here you can see some key numbers for CNRS, such as budget, people involved in research, number of research laboratories in France and abroad, and some key numbers concerning the CNRS participation in Horizon 2020. And then you have a list of laboratories with their research areas by keywords, and then the links to the website where you will find also information about supervisors with contacts. Then at the end, so you have this huge list. All these laboratories are actually those who expressed interest to welcome ASEAN researchers with this initiative. So this is not an exhaustive list of all CNRS labs, but only those who confirm their interest. And you have also a unique contact from the Direction of International Relations of CNRS. Then you have also some additional CNRS labs with keywords and supervisors contacts. So again, you have different labs. All the presentation is structured in the same way. You have the institution with key figures and key numbers, then the laboratories with their research areas described in keywords, and then you have interested supervisors with the links to their publications. So I strongly advise you to go to see the publications of the supervisor, because this is, on my opinion, a best way to find a suitable supervisor for you. And sometimes, actually, some institutions left contacts of each supervisor, and some left only the contact of International Affairs Office or European Affairs Office. Some left both. So if you have both contacts, I would advise you to write to both contacts. And please note that the European Affairs Offices can provide you support, sometimes going up to coaching sessions and some draft proposals with concrete tips on how to write it. So please not only contact your supervisor, but also contact the European Affairs offices of these institutions. So this was, we have some other laboratories of CNRS, again, with the same structure, keywords, list of supervisors with links to publications and contacts. So now I continue with INSERM. INSERM is the National Research Center specialized in health and medical sciences. And here again, you have some key figures and contacts of supervisors with links to their publications. So now it will be up to you to go to search to see the keywords, to check the publications of the supervisors. So another research center is CEA, which means in French, Commissariat à l'énergie atomique. So it's an atomic energy agency, but when you look through their research areas, you can see that they do not only nuclear research, but also research in very different areas such as climate and environmental sciences, astrophysics, theoretical physics, etc. And so here 2 institutes express their interest to welcome postdoctoral fellows. One is called Frédéric Joliot Institute, and you have a contact here, and then you have information about their research area, links to publications and identified supervisors, and then you have also François Jacob Institute of Biology, and again the unique contact from the European Affairs Office, and then detailed information about their research areas, some key figures. And then more detailed information about their different research units. So I just can't, unfortunately, spend more time on each slide because we don't have much time. So IFREMER is another national research center specialized in a study of oceans and sea. And here, the same structure, you have some key figures, some keywords, and at the end, again, some concrete information on interested research units with interested supervisors and links to their publications, and a unique contact from the European Affairs Office. So now I continue with universities. We received 17 universities. 17 universities expressed their interest to this initiative and to welcome ASEAN researchers. So usually universities have the name of the town or city where they are located, so it gives you some idea of their geographical location. So Avignon University, with interested laboratories, supervisors, links to publications. Cergy University is located in Paris region. Again, some key figures. And they have actually on their website a search tool which helps you to find information about their research units. And some contacts. Jean Moulin Lyon 3 University. So I will try to go quickly through the universities just to show you the variety of different offers. And it still follows the same structure with links to publication, keywords, supervisors. Angers University. Lille University in the north of France. Universities are usually very multidisciplinary, so you should look through all of them to find your scientific area. Rennes 2 University. Lyon Catholic University. Université Côte d'Azur in Nice, in the south of France, with a very long list of interested units and supervisors. Université Le Havre, Normandie, in Normandy, with several research units interested. And Paris-Est, Créteil. There are also some Grande École, which expressed their interest. AgroParisTech, a school in agronomic sciences. So you can see here there are some key figures and research areas: agricultural production, food and non-food transformations, human health, sustainable management of natural resources, and the list of units interested with a contact. INALCO is a National Institute of Languages and Eastern Civilizations. Some key figures again and contacts. INSA is a National Institute and Applied Sciences. So there are several institutes with this name in France, and the one who expressed its interest was INSA from Normandy. It's an engineering school. And again, here you have a different detailed presentation of different research areas of INSA. And so this list was actually not exhaustive. I have some additional presentation, and I will further send you a file with all these presentations. Well, you can search through. And there was also this public agency who expressed its interest, a non-academic actor. So again, some key figures, research teams, and contacts of potential supervisors.